Must have a very good reason for wanting to speak with me here, son. I'm off the clock when I'm off the clock, you know what I mean? And another thing...
It is. Your Honor.
Relax, Elvis. You're always so serious, like your father. You need to live a little, too. Get yourself a lady friend or something.
I'd like you to consider withdrawing your submission for Ruth Bryant's disbarment.
That's what you wanted to speak with me about? I didn't realize you two were so close. She your girlfriend or something?
No, she's not. We're not.
Well, why not? She's pretty. She's got something on her shoulders other than air. You obviously have the hots for her.
I respect her.
So you're not denied.
Because she's a hell of an ADA who closed the Bro case when no one in the district came within a 15-mile radius of figuring it out.
Mm-hmm. We know how she won.
I don't believe her infraction, if you could even call it that.
If you could even call it that?
I already put her on suspension. Isn't that enough?
Son, if you were in my position, would you let this infraction fly? Your father was a hell of an ADA climbing up the ranks. An even better DA when he got there. There's no doubt he would have made a great mayor if given the time. Or, what if that's meant to be your calling, inherited from him? Stay in your lane, son. I will not be addressing this matter any further with you, so you would be wise to accept my advice. And you can also be assured that suspension was about to be the least of her worries.
Ruth, what the hell is this?
Our next case.
You missed a crucial meeting with David Halbert, whom you knew was only able to come in today.
You end up wanting to
Yes,
suspend?
but...
Exactly. I called it, you didn't believe me, but you know what? I did all of the paperwork for you anyway. Happy Thanksgiving.
You deliberately missed a meeting I assigned to you so you could prepare a case against a sitting judge?
I had my initial
Ruth,
doubts.
have you lost your mind?
There's a victim, Albus. And I have a strong feeling that there's more than one. So far, at least one confirmed rape case has been turned in less than 8 hours following the alleged incident. And there are medical records, bruises, trauma. I can show you all of them.
No. Let's go down this rabbit hole.
Okay.
He's been a presiding judge for nearly 2 decades. He's been married longer than that, happily married. They're about to celebrate their diamond anniversary, copper, whatever 25 is.
Silver. Did you know he has a pending divorce?
Really? A divorce? Is that something you got off a strong feeling too?
No. The victim who came forward told me that he discussed it with her.
Okay, so we have the word of one woman, possible jealous mistress, buyer's remorse. That hardly lends itself to convicting a veteran judge of something like this, Ruth. Are you trying to be disbarred?
Disbarred? How the hell is this terms for disbarment? All I did was present my initial findings.
Findings that smell like a witch hunt you've been piecing together to one-up your success with the Bro case.
You think I'm making it up.
I'm not saying...
You think that I'm riding on some hashtag girl power crusade just
Ruth.
because I was able to prove myself capable of leaving no stone unturned and risk my reputation and my career for potentially blowing the whistle on Leston. I could be wrong. I highly doubt it, but I am prepared for that. I'm not prepared to turn a blind eye on somebody who has mounting evidence against him just because he's a judge. Unless this is my first real taste of judicial corruption and you're asking me to play along.
Wow. This is the thanks I get for welcoming you into the team with open arms, because you are the only person who believes in justice, right?
Your dad was friends with him longer than you've been alive. If that isn't conflict of interest 101, I don't know what is.
And I suppose you have zero connections with the victim.
Tell me you've never suspected him once in your life, and I will drop the case completely.
I'm going to present this to them. Whatever happens after that is out of my hands. Am I clear?
Yes. It's an unpaid suspension. It doesn't really work that way. No, because if she and I weren't friends, I would still be in this position because injustice is injustice, and I'm not going to stand for that no matter who is involved. Well, I didn't put myself through law school to stand in the sidelines of a train wreck. No, I'm not doing this to be famous. I didn't ask for any of it. Okay, you know what, Mom? I've got to go. Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow. Mm-hmm.
I heard what happened.
Come in. I just made some coffee. What do you think? Took a little while, but... What's this?
You have to drop the case.
What?
I've thought about it. There's no way they won't be heavily biased. They'll know I can only remember some things, and they'll use that. They'll have the ability to invalidate anything I say. They'll bring up everything I've done outside of work and twist it to fit their narrative. And my mom, I can't. Just promise me you'll drop it.
Then why did you give me this?
Because I needed somebody to talk to, Ruth. And I know technically you can do something about this right now, but I'm just trying to wrap my head around everything. And I just
can do something about this, Kansas. I'm trying to do something. You think I want my best friend living in this psychological hell?
At least it's not the hell that locks me in the legal fucking hamster wheel for years.
Kansas, it doesn't
You know,
have
while
to
you do
be
everything you can to stay in the spotlight. Be everyone's legal system sweetheart.
Okay, you think I'm doing this for attention?
I know you're doing this for attention. How is Ruth Bryant gonna follow single-handedly taking on a murder case
Oh
that
my
got
God.
nationwide attention as the youngest female ADA to ever do so? A rape case that the world could label as an extramarital affair where the prime suspect himself is someone fucking untouchable while Ruth hit the jackpot now.
Are you kidding me? Just because one case got nationwide attention
What
that
kind
I
of
didn't
a
even...
best friend wants
I
to
didn't-
make me go through everything over and over and over and over again when there's no real justice to look forward to?
There is! Kansas, you have all the evidence that you need right here. Stop.
Don't tell me! Don't tell me what to do!
Okay.
I need you to see me.
Come here. Kansas, I won't do anything that you don't want me to do. I can destroy all of this if that's what you really want.
You got suspended because of this. Because of me.
Kansas, I'm sorry if it ever looked like I was caring more about the case than about you. I'm furious, Can. Not even he should be excused from the law. I don't want this to happen to you or anybody else ever again.
You're not going to win.
I want to try.
Morning, kid.
Alvis, what's going on?
Please have a seat, Ruth.
Alvis.
I presented your case, and as I said, anything after that is out of my hands. We got to Judge Leston, who wanted to address the matter personally and privately.
Miss Bryant, I would like to know why I shouldn't sue your Jane Doe for libel, false testimony, and a whole slew of other charges.
I would like to see you try.
Ruth.
You'd think she'd know by now who she's talking to.
I know exactly who I'm talking to, Your Honor.
Give me the box, Ruth.
On the desk, son. Evidently, there seems to be a serious miscommunication on the statement you have here, Miss Bryant. This may put all this into perspective. Did your Jane Doe tell you we've been seeing each other for the last 6 weeks?
She said you were mentoring her.
That's not what I'm asking.
Why would you withhold that information?
To create a more viable allegation.
He threatened to extend her mother's sentence if she didn't comply.
Now, Miss Bryant, you are treading on extremely thin ice. Not only is that outrageously slanderous and wildly unethical, but how others do business outside the courthouse is between the parties involved. I did expect, however, that your Jane Doe would come forward with a sob story so you would start a case, and she didn't disappoint. So, tell me something. Did you tell your BFF why you got suspended?
No.
Of course not. Last thing a client wants to know is Why their lawyer, trending on Twitter, found their 15 minutes of fame by tampering with evidence.
I transported that evidence to another lab that was within the county.
At night?
Yes, at night. To another lab that wasn't being paid off by the defense in order to keep the results pending until after the trial.
You couldn't have brought that to my attention before this?
There was no time to clear it with you. I did what I had to make sure that the evidence was in court that day. Otherwise, that man who killed those children would have been set free.
That's very noble of you, my dear. But we now know that you're capable of handling evidence outside legal boundaries. Which means I can dismiss your fake evidence with my very real surveillance footage of you speaking with the lab technician the night before the trial. How do I know that the rest of this isn't an arts and crafts project?
The evidence I've collected is enough to disrobe you, Your Honor. Something nobody except your wife should have ever had to see.
You didn't deny her previous allegation. Did you threaten to extend the victim's mother's sentence if she didn't comply?
Let me make something perfectly clear. I've done some compiling on my own. And I can assure you it's enough to put you both on the street. Disbarred. Stripped of your honors. That would certainly put you back in the spotlight, wouldn't it, Miss Bryant?
I never asked for the media attention.
Something tells me you would like that a lot.
You contacted the press when the verdict came out.
She got too close to figuring you out. It was a setup.
You two make the perfect couple. Thinking you can play Holmes and Watson. Games, however, are for children. And this is the real world with real life consequences. So, I'm going to ask you both to leave, come back tomorrow without speaking a word of this to anyone. And you, Ruth, can consider your disbarment overturned. You're doing the right thing, Albus. Your father'd be proud.
Yeah. He would. Good luck with your arts and crafts project.